I've seen a lot of guides for Erlang using the cheesy Whirling Thrusts attack to stunlock him and build up ki in order to use the tornado 3 or 4 times during the fight. But when I tried that method earlier this week after the patch, he would always break free from the stunlock, so that strategy may no longer be viable. Either way, if you've reached Erlang, you probably don't need to rely on some cheesy method anyway, so let me show you how to modify the cheese build to fight him legitimately. Starting off, we're going to use the golden armor set, though unupgraded, along with the endgame staff Jingabang. Additionally, we'll use the fan for the special item and the tiger's acolyte to do additional critical damage. The gold armor set has a skill that grants small amounts of ki on critical hits, which is what we'll want to be able to use the tornado at least twice during the fight. As far as curios go, the Triticana pendant will reduce the cooldown for all spells, the tiger tally will increase attack following the light attack combo, and the cat's eye beads will increase critical hit chance in general. For drinks and soaks, we're going to use the long balm, then the graceful orchard to slowly recover additional health, tiger relic to increase critical hit chance, very key here, and flower primers to remove the 4 banes, and laurel buds to increase damage reduction. Otherwise, the sparks allocation will be the same as it was for the Great Sage fight, really going full tilt into smash stance. Copy these allocations if you're having any trouble. Lastly, let's quickly review the Celestial Medicine allocations, as again it's the same as what I used in the Great Sage video. 9 upgrades to health, 3 into mana, 2 into stamina, 7 in defense, and 5 into stamina recovery rate. At the very beginning of the fight, watch Erlang's feet. On his 3rd step towards you, summon the tornado. If you wait too long to do this, the tornado won't be as effective, and we really need to destroy his shield as fast as possible. As the tornado is stunlocking him, charge your heavy attack. If you time this right, the initial strike should land right as he loses his shield. Continue to wail on him with light attack combos, and whenever he has an opening, use the quick summons to deal additional damage. Our main goal here is to quickly get him into Phase 2 without using any spells or heals. Phase 2 begins with this giant axe spinning towards you. Dash out of the way, and then try to dash or jump accordingly when Erlang lands moments later. I failed at this, but it's a good time to punish him, as it takes a moment for him to reset after that superhero landing. The tricky thing with this boss compared to pretty much every other fight is that his attacks have much longer wind-ups, meaning that the tempo of the fight itself is at a much slower pace by comparison. Keep that in mind so you don't rush through your dodges, as your primary focus should be to find the rhythm and lock onto it. As usual, build up focus points, going for 3-point heavy attacks. Don't even worry about his shield. You'll still do damage to him regardless, but his best opening for charged heavy attacks are going to be while he's actively attacking in these simpler combos, as he can still be disrupted. When he floats into the air and builds up this yellow mind attack, you may want to use Cloud Strike to avoid damage, as the timing isn't great and it does devastating damage. If you have enough HP like I do here, you can still recover.
Small counters grand.
Ideally, you want to continue chipping away at him while you dodge his attacks, while getting a few perfect dodges in there to build up focus points. But don't think you need to always use a 3-point charged heavy attack. Even a 2-point charge will do some damage, so be sure to add a few heavies into your attack combos. As you continue your assault, you may build up enough ki to use the tornado again, but do not use it at this point in the fight. Save it for Phase 3, which will begin as soon as he reaches 50% health. Immobilize also begin to have an effect and actually freeze him as he nears the 50% mark, so be sure to mix in some spells at this point to get some additional damage in. At the start of Phase 3, he's going to clone himself and start attacking you like Cyclops from the X-Men. Just try to keep an eye on the beams as they get near you and dodge out of the way. Immediately following this attack, he'll start charging thousands of spears and rain them down upon you. Just keep an eye on him, and right as the spears start descending, use Cloud Strike to avoid the incoming damage. Ideally before you get nuked like this, as I waited too long to do so here. Once he lands, then use your second tornado, as it should either completely destroy his shield or get it nearly depleted. This final part of the fight is a DPS test, as you want to get as much damage in as quickly as possible. Build your light attack combos, use plenty of mixed combos with heavy attacks after you get at least 2 focus points, as interrupting his attacks is key here.
What comes hereafter? Life's stuff. Young monkey, show me how far you can go!
If his shield wasn't already destroyed from the second tornado, it should be obliterated at this point. Continue your assault and be aggressive. Like the Ishin fight in Sekiro, hesitation is death here. Use light attack combos, perfect dodges, and heavy attacks to wear him down. Your immobilization should be ready to use again, so freeze him after a heavy attack stagger to get some additional damage in. At the final 10% of his health, don't take any chances. Use a transformation to give yourself some breathing room, and ideally finish him off or get him down to the final 5% health. Now I 100% lucked out here and managed to heal 1 frame before this devastating grab attack. I thought I was cooked, but Cloud Step saved the day. I probably could have charged a final 3-point heavy here, but figured the next attack would finish him off. Unfortunately, it didn't, but I was able to do just enough damage, following up with a jump plus heavy attack to take him out while he was in the air, and that was it. Victory at last. So to reiterate, do your best to get acclimated to the slower tempo of this fight, as you'll need to time your dodges right at least 50% of the time to succeed. Save your tornadoes for the first and third phases, while hammering enough damage in the second phase to use it again as soon as he lands after the start of phase 3. Note that I still had enough mana left over for a few more spell uses, so use Cloud Step more often if you're getting stuck in order to avoid the combos. That's really it. With this approach, I beat him on my 3rd or 4th try, so if you don't want to cheese this fight, try this build and hopefully it'll work for you. If you've got any more additional tips for this fight, be sure to comment them down below, as you'd be surprised how often that helps out somebody else who's been stuck here for a million hours. If you liked this video or it helped you out, click the button so it can get out there to more people. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Now get the hell out of here.